Hi everyone, Coach Steve here. Welcome to your plan. So, first off, thank you very much for buying your plan, and I hope that we will help you achieve your goal you have set this season. Some quick admin before we go into the structure of the plan and what you need to do to get the best out of it. First off, you should have received a kickoff email with the goodies such as the 30-day free coupon for training peaks, etc. If you haven't, it means you didn't select the checkbox to allow me to send you emails. So simply just email me at info@smartenduranceSolutions.com. That's info@smartenduranceSolutions.com, and we'll fix that straight away. In the invite, you'll also see an invite to our closed Facebook community, the Smarties. Please join. We're a very active group, and we like to support one another and share a lot of useful information that will help you on your triathlon journey. I also have a YouTube channel, which you'll see the link in the email. Again, very useful if you like and subscribe to that channel, because I am constantly adding up content which you'll get notifications of which again, useful hints and tips for your plan. Now we'll talk a little bit about how your plan is structured and what you need to do to get the best out of it. Hi there. So what equipment do you need for this plan? For the swim, there'll be goggles, togs, pull buoy paddles and fins. For the bike, a road bike of some description, a helmet, cycle kit and safety equipment. There are indoor bike sessions specified in the plan, so these need to be done either on a turbo trainer or wind trainer, or a smart trainer. If you use a smart trainer, you will need to have selected a power-based plan, or if stuck, you can use a spin bike in your local gym. Run-wise, you will need a good pair of runners and some decent, comfortable run kit. Again, you'll need to dress for the occasion. In terms of if it's cold weather, you'll need to have longer winter kit. In terms of the plan itself, there is a key element that either if it's a power or a heart rate based plan, you will need some sort of Garmin or GPS enabled device, a Polar, Sunto, or an Apple Watch even, to match what the things you have done in the plan versus the targets that have been set for you. We'll talk about how that works when we talk about the different discipline specific requirements. For those who are curious, for those of the cadence monitor for the bicycle, as in how many revolutions you do as you turn the pedals, is useful but not a must-have. Okay, on to the next section. We will now talk about how the plan is designed. So please note, this is a base plan only. This is different to a full training plan, which would have a base period, a build period, and a taper period. The build involves race specific elements and a taper gets you ready for the race. So this plan is base only, meant it's designed to keep you fit or build strength in the off season. So how do we do that? Base training is where we develop your endurance, your stamina, or your strength. If you were a car, think about that as building the engine, the chassis, the wheels. So at the start of the plan, you will do some swim, bike and run tests to determine your heart rate zones, your swim pace, your power zones if it's a power-based plan. So this plan is perfect for those who want to maintain their current fitness in the off season or build some strength and endurance in advance of starting a main plan. Okay, so now we will talk about how you will know what to do in your swim sessions in your plan. As you'll see in the plan, swim is started by this little water icon here. Please note, one of the key sessions you will do in the first week or so of your plan is what we call a critical swim speed test. This is where we map out your swim paces, and you're able to update that in Garmin and Training Peaks to reflect what pace you should swim the swim sets at. See below in the links for how you will complete the critical swim speed test and how you will update that information in Training Peaks to reflect your pace for the plan. Otherwise, how you actually look at an actual swim session, you can click into this link here and it will bring up information. Some things to note: if you are not, if you don't have a compatible Garmin or not comfortable using the structured swim workouts, you can simply write down the swim sets here and bring it to the pool. I tend to keep the swim sessions simple so people don't have to write down a huge amount of information. Some key information here: the drills here. There are video demonstrations of them in the links below in the comments. If you have a compatible Garmin or fitness wearable, sessions like this are actually uploadable to your watch, and therefore it will tell you exactly what speed to do based on your threshold pace and what's in the set. Again, there's a link to the video that demonstrates that in the comments below. So essentially, we try to keep it as simple as possible, and we keep and the information should either be at your hands in terms of the description or readily available on your Garmin. I will now talk through how you will know what to do in your bike sessions in the plan. In the plan, the bike sessions are indicated by a little cycle icon here, and the information is outlined in text and also uploadable to your Garmin, your Smart Trainer, Zwift, Rouvy, etc., depending on what type of plan you're on. But one of the things you will need to do in the first couple of weeks is an FTP test. An FTP test stands for Functional Threshold Power Test, and it's a test that we do to map out and baseline your heart rate or your power zones, again depending what plan you're on, and then this will be updated in Training Peaks, and then the sessions will automatically update to reflect your current level of fitness. We do this test at the beginning of the base period and also the beginning of the build period, so we update and reflect your change in fitness. There is a link in the comments below to a video that shows you how to do this step by step in Training Peaks, and just in case you can't find that or forget, there's also a video above the functional threshold power in the plan. So what does a bike session look like when you click into it in Training Peaks? As you can see, here's the session details where outlined what you're going to do in terms of zones, or alternatives if you're going to have an indoor bike setup. This also indicates that the bike session will also upload to your Garmin, to your Smart Trainer, to Zwift, to Rouvy, etc. Please note, to be compatible with the likes of Zwift and Rouvy, the sessions need to be a power-based plan. The heart rate stuff does not work as well with these apps. In terms of how the test, now again, the video will outline exactly step by step what you need to do and demonstrate it, but just for a quick cheat sheet, for the bike zones, for the heart rate, you'll need to select lactate threshold and Joe Friel for cycling. For power zones, there'll be threshold power and Andy Coogan. Another key piece of information is if you need to convert an outdoor bike into an indoor bike due to poor weather. I also have a video of that in the comments below that shows you a quick rule of thumb that will allow you to complete the correct indoor bike to replace your outdoor bike if the weather is just too bad to go outside. Okay. This section will outline how you will know exactly what to do in the run sessions in your plan. So the run sessions are the icons indicated by the shoe in the top left-hand corner of the session. As per the swim and the bike information, you will need to complete a baseline test to figure out what your run heart rate zones are. Please note these are different to your bike heart rate zones, so you will need to set them up separately and at different times. The actual what you need to do in the run test is outlined in the run test icon here, and what you need to do with the information that test produce is outlined in a step-by-step video, which you can find either in the comments below, or for ease of reference, the video is also noted above the run test. Once you have updated the zones in Training Peaks, this will automatically update for all future sessions, and therefore you will be running the session by your map to your specific fitness level at that point in time. So what does a run session look like when you click into it? There's always going to be a description about what the run session is trying to achieve and also how the session is structured. Please note this plan is always going to be based on distance by intensity. So in that, for this session, there's a 1K warm-up, a 6K, either 10K pace or zone 3 heart rate, which is also going to be reflected in what's uploaded to your Garmin, and then we'll actually tell you what to actually do during that session. It's worth to note that the time or pace in the session information is only a placeholder, because it's that will update as you go along through Training Peaks. But even when that does, the session is designed to be run by distance by intensity, not by a specific pace, unless in the build sessions where the sessions outline that you should run at 5K pace for this distance or 10K pace for this distance. Again, the video in the links below takes you step by step to how to set up your heart rate zones, but if you are looking this just as a brief reminder, this will be lactate threshold and Joe free over running as you go through the information. Please note that until you complete your run test and update your run specific heart rate zones, again please note different to the bike heart rate zones, there may be a scenario where what you're seeing in the session in terms of what's uploaded to your Garmin or fitness wearable in terms of target heart rate is out of sync of what is put in the description. That will automatically correct once you have completed and the run test and updated your run heart rate zones accordingly. So thanks for watching the video, and again thank you for buying our plan. So hopefully we've addressed any of the questions that will prevent you from getting up and running and understanding how the plan works. But we understand that triathletes, we're knowledge hungry individuals. So if you do have queries and questions, we've got some options to help you out. There's the FAQ question in the links below with video answers for regularly asked questions. Please check that out. If that doesn't answer your question, feel free to post up the question in the Facebook closed community. We have assistant coaches and coaches monitor that regularly, and there's also experienced triathletes who might actually be doing the same race as you and might be able to get a very specific question. And if all else fails, please feel free to email info@smartenduranceSolutions.com and we'll hopefully resolve your query that way. So again, best of luck in your journey. Thank you for trusting us with your triathlon adventure, and we hope that you get the PB you deserve.